I have not really read that much this month, and I really want to up it, you know? It's the 28th of September, we've only got a few more days left, so I want to do some reading, and I want to get my reading numbers up. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be doing a reading challenge, a 24-hour reading challenge. However, the one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many pages I can read rather than how many books I can read. I'm a very heavy mood reader, so I'd rather be able to flip-flop between books as and when I want to. I think that's probably the best way to do it for myself. And then the next thing that I will be doing is, I'm not going to time myself. I'm just going to do it from this time today to the same time tomorrow. And see how many pages I can read between that 24 hours. So that's what we're going to be doing. The first book that I am going to be reading in today's reading challenge is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So I've already made quite a dent in this. We are halfway through this book. I am on page 185, so I'm definitely going to finish this book off today, and then we'll see what we pick next, how I'm feeling, what we're going to do. But Emily Wilde, man, I love this book. It's so good. If you've not read it before, you don't know what it is. It's like a historical fantasy, cozy vibes about fairies and about a professor called Emily, and she is a professor. Did I just say that? I did just say that. And she is researching on fairies. I don't remember what they're called, but she is researching about fairies, and she's going into this Scandinavian country to research about their local fairies and their history and the things that they get up to, that kind of stuff. So it's very cozy vibes, like cottage and a warm fire going. So it's really nice, it's really sweet. And the other character, Bramley? The other character, Bramley, love him, he's great. They're both great. She is antisocial, socially awkward, not great with human interactions, great with fairies, just not great with human interactions. He is a sunshine. He loves being with people, he loves to interact with other people, with the town folks. He loves to charm people as well, he's a very charming individual. So they are both quite different characters. They are friends, they're like rivals slash friends slash colleagues. So that's their dynamic, and their banter together is very, very good. I really enjoy it. So we're going to be starting with this, and then we will progress and see how we get on for the rest of the day. Okay, so don't mind the washing machine in the background. I have just finished off a chapter where it's from Bambley's point of view, and they have just gotten out of a very sticky situation. But I just love reading it from his point of view, because he obviously has a soft spot for Emily, and just the way he describes the situation, he's very flamboyant. But the way that he described things and the way that he's talking about the situation and how he is like there to protect her is all very cute. It's very, very sweet, and I do like him as a character. I do like it, and I hope that there will be other chapters from his point of view because it's hilarious. He is just like sunshine and rainbows, and he's loving, you know, certain parts of the situation and just enjoying teasing her as well, and I love it. I think it's just so cute. But anyway, that's kind of like a very quick little update that I just finished off that chapter. And an interesting thing about this book as well, there's no actual chapter numbers. It's written in like a journal entry kind of way, so the chapter starts with the date of when the situation occurred or when she wrote in her journal. So you would just see kind of, I guess, how many days have passed, if any amount of days have passed between each chapter. But yeah, it's interesting. It's just a bit harder to keep track of like which chapter you're actually on unless you like look it up online, but that's beside the point. I love it. It's great. It's such a sweet, fun book so far, so obviously gotta continue. I've been saying his name wrong. It's Bamblebee. Bamblebee? Bamblebee. Not Bambley. Dude, guys, it's not Bambley, it's Bamblebee. I can't believe I've been saying it wrong all this time. Even when I've been reading it in my head, I've been calling him Bambley. He's called Wendell Bamblebee. B-A-M-B-L-E-Y. B-A-M-B-L-E-B-Y. Bamblebee. Not Bambley. Gosh, I mean that's how I've written it in the notes as well. Bambley I've written. Well, that teaches me. Anyway, whatever. Bamblebee. Bamblebee, guys. So it's now 4 o'clock and I've just finished my book. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed the characters and their banter between each other. I really liked these two other characters as well, called Lilja and Margaret. They're like so sweet. They're so sweet, and I think my favorite part of the book is the cozy feeling of it. The characters, and also the relationship between the characters, but also the change in direction of the story. I thought that was quite interesting. I feel that I don't read much cozy fantasy books, so I don't really know if that is something that I would enjoy, but it seems that this type of cozy fantasy where there's like some adventure in it as well is something that is apparently really up my street, because I really enjoyed this, and I definitely will be reading the second one as well. That will be something I will purchase. I did do a little bit of annotating as well. I listened to the audiobook of this as well, so that wasn't too bad. I don't know, like the narrator's voice for Emily sounds a bit, I don't know, I wouldn't have imagined her voice sounding like that. I guess the character itself, but it's not the worst thing in the world, and it definitely allowed me to like do other things as well whilst I was listening to the audiobook. But I have now finished the book, and I'm just thinking what book I want to read next. I think I want to go for something that's a bit quicker, maybe not fantasy. Maybe I will go for either The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barn, I think it is. Her books are on Kindle Unlimited at the moment, so I have downloaded them. and I think I will read the first one today. Just to kind of confirm, Emily Wilde has 315 pages, and I started this book because I was already halfway through. Was it 185? I don't remember what it was that I said at the beginning of the video. I think it was 185. I will put on the screen like how many pages I've read then of this book in the 5-ish hours of reading. Gonna grab my Kindle, gonna get a drink as well, and then we shall continue with our reading. Right, so quick update already. I'm only on page 24, but I thought I would just jump on in for a quick update. And so far, I'm actually quite enjoying this. I didn't really have any expectations of this book. I know that it's YA, and I know it is to do with like the special agents, and they have a bunch of kids that are older teens, I guess, and they have this, I think, like a case that they have to solve together, but they each have their own very unique special like abilities, not you know, magical abilities, but like they're very good at, for instance, reading people. But there's also these other characters I know nothing about, basically. But writing wise, very easy to read, which I actually like. It's nice to jump into a YA book that is a bit more straightforward, a bit more simple, a bit more just straight to the point kind of writing, which Jennifer Lynn Barn, I feel that so far her writing has that feel to it, and I enjoy that. It's like exactly what my brain needs right now. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually quite enjoying it so far, so I'm intrigued to know about the other characters and what special kind of natural abilities that they also have. Just starting off from the book, we are introduced to Cassie. We're introduced to Cassie, and she's working in this diner place, and we know off the bat that she used to live with her mum, but her mum had died, but she had learned her kind of special abilities of reading people from her mother. I don't really know what her mum does. I think like lying really well. I don't know what her mum does, but like she learnt it all from her mum to be able to read people's behaviors, personalities, read the environment and stuff really well, and you get snippets of that already within the book, so you know kind of what her talent is. We're also introduced to another character called Michael. I don't know anything about him. He's like a messenger at the moment, but obviously he probably plays a much prominent part to the story and is probably one of the characters that's going to be involved in whatever case it is that they are kind of looped into at the moment. I've only gotten to the part where Cassie has been invited to have a meeting with the FBI. Like I said, this is at the very beginning of the book. I'm on page 24, so it's not really spoilery, and I think, you know, many of you guys probably know somewhat about what this book is about. So like I said, enjoying it. I'm gonna read more. I'm gonna see how it goes. Oh, it's just a quick update. I'm gonna read more. Got the fire crackling in the background on my TV, and I'll give you an update when there is an update to provide. But here with a thought. I'm on page 55, chapter 7, so obviously I haven't read too much since the last update, but something a bit unnerving about this book is that in between chapters, there's like a couple of pages at the end of a chapter where I think it's from the mind of a serial killer who is basically like kind of describing his feelings and his thought processes as he's doing the act of murdering someone, which I feel like is kind of like it's a bit uncomfortable to read, to be quite honest. It's a bit like jarring to go from Cassie's point of view of her, like, you know, finding out about things and finding out about another character and just like getting to know each other kind of thing, and then the next page is like this person who is in the middle of offing someone basically, and their thought process and what yeah, so it's a bit uncomfortable to read those parts, to be honest, so I'm hoping there won't be too many of those. Editing me is gonna be like, bruh, you got so much coming up, but that's optimistic me is hoping that there won't be too many of those kind of snippets of thoughts of this serial killer. Still really good aside from that, easy to read, and you know, just getting to know the characters, so enjoying those bits for sure. Okay, good morning. Clearly it's the next day, and please excuse my non-makeup face. Also, please excuse the sound in the background if you can hear it. That is my cat's water trinket thing. I don't know what it's called. It's like a water tap that just keeps going. He doesn't even use it. Anyway, so it's currently 9 o'clock and I didn't get to, but that wasn't good. I didn't realize you were dropping. Yes, it's like almost 9 now, and I did do some reading this morning. Yesterday I didn't manage to do as much reading because I was playing some games and stuff with my families. I did manage to finish off the naturals this morning and it was good. Clearly it was a very quick read because I managed to read it in like less than 24 hours or whatever, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was very interesting. I thought, because there are, like I mentioned before, there are parts where you are in the serial killer's mind, and those parts were quite uncomfortable to read, and like, I know it's a YA, but it was a bit too graphic emotionally, and also just graphic in general. But aside from that, I did enjoy it. I realised I have read one of Jennifer Lynn Barnes' other books from her other series, The Inheritance Game. So I have read the first book in that, and there's like similarities in terms of like the romantic interests. There's like the main character girl, and then there's like a couple of boys that she's interested and who are interested in her. So it's kind of like the same kind of formula-ish. The plot itself is very interesting. It's quite unique, and like it said, it's like Criminal Minds for YA audience, which is pretty interesting. So I'm just wondering like how the other books will have different kind of cases that the main characters will need to go through, so that'd be quite interesting to see. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading the other books. I'm going to read the second one and see how I feel about that. I've only got like a couple of hours left, I think, until the 24 hours, and obviously I slept. I wasn't crazy. I actually went to bed at like 11:30 because I was so tired, and then I woke up at like 7 o'clock and I just started reading the rest of the naturals. So I wasn't going to be crazy and not sleep. I'm not going to do that. No. That's my update. I'm going to read more for the next 2 hours, and I'll give you an update once I have the update for you. But for now, I'm going to make my breakfast, get my cup of tea, get the cat's food going as well, and then we'll go from there. I'm here, I am back, and I have finished my 24-hour reading, and I didn't really do that much reading in the last few hours, couple of hours, but that's okay. So with the Naturals Killer Instincts, which is the second book in the Natural series, I read up to page 55, and I'm starting to enjoy it. I'm actually starting to really enjoy the series. I think it's a very quick read. It's very intriguing. It's quite gripping as well, and I enjoyed that. I really did. And I'll definitely be reading the rest of the book. I'm going to finish it off and also probably continue on with the series until I've read all of them. So that's going to be great. I don't know how many pages I've actually read. I don't think it's been that many, maybe around 500, but I will plug in somewhere on the screen the actual numbers of pages that I have read in these 24 hours, which obviously includes the fact that I went to sleep and I slept a nice 8 hours. I also played some games with my family, so that was about 3 hours that were kind of deducted from that 24-hour point as well. I actually think I did a pretty good job. I managed to finish off the book that I was currently reading. I managed to actually start and finish off a new book, and also started a third book as well during this 24 hours time period. So I'm actually pretty happy with myself. But yeah, I probably will try this again next time. Maybe I'll try and stay up a little bit longer. Just got interrupted by the door, but we are back. I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna do this 24 hours again. I might do the timer method instead next time, so I really get to use up the whole 24 hours to actually read books and see how many pages that I can finish. That's gonna be pretty good. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you next time as well. Let me know if this is the kind of videos that you enjoy watching. Anything else you want to watch from my channel, that would be greatly appreciated. But until then, I shall see you next time. Bye.